Hey everyone, glad you're here. Right now, there's an important warning coming from the Internal Revenue Service, and it could directly affect your money this year. Here's something that might surprise you. Over $1 billion in unclaimed tax refunds is still sitting out there from past years. That's money people never claimed. At the same time, scams are getting more advanced, filing delays are increasing, and deadlines are getting closer. So yeah, this moment matters more than most people realize. If you've been putting off your taxes or assuming everything will just work out, this is one of those times to pause and pay attention. What you do in the next couple of weeks could either save you money, or cost you more than you expect. Before we go further, quick question. Have you already filed your taxes this year, or are you still waiting a bit? Let me know. Here's the big headline. The IRS is urging people to file early this year. Now, I know, that's something they say every year. But this time, there's more behind it. So far, about 700,000 fewer people have filed compared to this time last year. And here's where it gets interesting, average refunds are actually higher this year. So what's happening? People are waiting. Maybe expecting a bigger refund, maybe thinking they have more time. But that delay is creating a bottleneck, and that's where risk starts to build. Because filing early doesn't just help the IRS, it helps you. It can reduce penalties if you owe money, it helps avoid processing delays, and most importantly, it gives you time to fix problems if something goes wrong, and honestly, that last point is huge. If you wait until the last minute and something doesn't match, now you're dealing with stress, pressure, and a ticking deadline. That's when mistakes happen. Let's talk about the deadline, April 15, 2026. It comes every year. But this time, there are more moving pieces. Increased scam activity, misinformation spreading, online delays, especially with paper filings and scams. They've changed. This isn't about obvious fake emails anymore. Scammers are now using AI to create realistic emails, fake IRS websites, even voice calls that sound legitimate. These scams feel urgent. They're designed to make you act fast without thinking. You might get messages saying, "You owe money immediately, your refund is at risk, you need to verify your information right now." But remember this: the IRS does not call, text, or email you demanding immediate action. If you see that, it's almost always a scam. And here's where timing matters again. Filing early reduces the chance that someone else could file a fraudulent return using your information. Now let's talk about misinformation. You've probably seen those tax hack videos online. Some sound convincing, but many are incomplete or just wrong. Last year alone, over $160 million in penalties came from improper claims. A good way to think about it: your tax return is like a book report, and the IRS already has the book. They get data from employers, banks, and other sources. If your numbers don't match, it raises a flag quickly. So it's not just about filing, it's about filing correctly. But here's the flip side: while some people claim too much, others are missing out entirely. About 1.3 million people still haven't claimed refunds from 2022, totaling around $1.2 billion. The median refund? Around $686. And here's the catch: you only have 3 years to claim it. After that, the money goes to the US Treasury. So if you didn't file in 2022, or you're not sure, it's worth checking. That's real money that could still be yours. Don't forget about credits. If you qualify for a tax credit but don't claim it, the IRS won't add it for you. So while mistakes get penalized, missed opportunities don't get fixed. That's why taking a little extra time to review everything carefully can actually pay off. What about refunds this year? Filing electronically plus direct deposit equals fastest option. Paper filing equals possible delays, sometimes over 10 weeks. If you can go digital, it really makes a difference. One more thing: if you're 65 or older, there's an enhanced deduction this year, up to $6,000 per person depending on income. And if you need help, there are free programs like VITA, Volunteer Income Tax Assistance, tax counseling for the elderly. You don't have to figure this out alone. So what's the takeaway? This year is a balancing act. Move too fast, right pointing arrow, you risk mistakes. Wait too long, right pointing arrow, you risk delays, penalties, or missed money. The smart move is simple. Act early, but act carefully. Double check your information, use trusted sources, stay alert for scams. Even small steps matter. Filing early, making partial payments, checking for past refunds, all of it adds up. Taxes aren't fun, I get it. But this is one of those moments where a little attention now can make a big difference later. And if you haven't already, drop a comment and let me know where you're at with your taxes this year.